cancer is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Again, I'm still here on the project, building capacity around my mouth, but I got something to back it up. What do you think? Let's discuss it.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Mon temps d'hier, t'as mon mouillé, on s'abat bien pour moi, il dit, Abela lo kan yo. Ka go so aju lo. Hey. Awaye. Ati o lo a. Yao. Abela lo kan yo. Níbi tó jọba yìí. Níbi tó yànba. Máa ti sì mọ̀ pé yo. Manager Gigi. Wọ́n pè jamais forcé o. Si tu connais. L'animateur Choco Nosca Yassin de Toyebi. L'homme a tout fait pour Mivito. Aniché les deux.
Corruption is a cancer, is a disease that deprives countries and people in countries of their rights, and also it drains countries of their economy. It misplaces the economy, and it creates problem for people in the country, deprive them of their rights. And I think if Africans fight corruption and they see that their economies are managed properly, there'll be a lot of peace because it will bless a lot more people.
Good evening, folks. Samson told Labropop Radio. I want to thank all of you again for joining us this evening. We say thank you. But for some reason, our audio is getting some sort of unrecognizable situation. So, again, Samson told Labropop Radio. I want to thank all of you. In the meantime, what I'm doing, I'm trying to test the system because I think I'm hearing echo here. And I want to make sure that we are not having echo. So let's see here. I hope this echo is only coming. Okay. It should be only coming from. Okay. Let's see. Let's hear it ourselves later. Again, folks, Samson told Labron Public Radio. Okay. So the echo is on the other side. I can deal with it. The echo is not in the main stuff here. Again, safety, Lord Jesus, we want to thank you again this evening on this wonderful, wonderful Monday evening. Because of you, we are here. Because of you, we will be here again tomorrow. We want to thank you, my Lord. We want to thank you for all that you do. You're so powerful. Everlasting light. We will continue to come to you to pray and make sure that we ask for your forgiveness. Whatever we have done to others, try to forgive us. My God, we come to you because we know you have the ability to lead and help us, understand, help us, to guide us through some difficult times. And because of you, we will call you the Father. We are not embarrassed. We're not ashamed. We will continue to proclaim you are the Father of us. And we want to thank you for that opportunity. My God, we ask that you bless the Republic of Liberia, that you bless the leadership of the Republic of Liberia, that you bless the people of the Republic of Liberia. My Lord, you know we the Liberian diaspora have two tables. One table here in the diaspora, and we have another table back home to put food on. And we ask you to continue to bless us. Thank you for the opportunity that you give us, but we want to ask you to continue to guide us, help us, protect us, so that we will continue to do what it is that you want us to do in terms of providing food for our brothers and sisters back home. My Lord, we say thank you tonight. We ask that you take complete control of the show, take control of our thoughts, whatever comes out of our mouth tonight. If any hatred, deceit, or even envious of anybody comes through, we're man like any other person. But when those things comes through, we ask you, my Lord, for you to please take complete control. Take it out of our mind. We ask that you bless the host country, the United States of America. In Jesus' name we pray. Amen. Thank you. Okay, folks. Tabata tonight, not much. Let me bring in Jerry. I don't know why I'm having echo, but let me see. Let me see if I can try to straighten that up before I bring in Jerry. Or you know what? I'll just bring Jerry. Let Jerry continue to tell the Tabata. And I don't think Jerry is quite ready. Okay. So let me see if I can try to fix this little mishap here, that you know who, and I'll put a foot in my program here tonight. But we will do what we can to make sure that they are not successful. So let's see what's happening here. Okay, why do we have echo? Okay, let's see. Let me do this here, baby. Okay. Can you hear me now? Yeah, okay. No, I'm still having this. Whatchamacallit. So anyway, okay. It's all right. What better? Much better. Much better. All right. So Jerry is now on. I can't see him there, but let me talk my own Tabata here, and then if they come on, they can talk their own. But let me take this out of the way immediately, because I don't want them to come on and say, "Oh, I was here. You didn't see me." Okay, all right. Okay, Jerry is not quite ready because he's keep moving. I can see in the background, so he's not quite ready. So let's go ahead and talk about. Okay, I think he's about ready. Jerry, when you're ready, just put your thumb up, and I will bring you on. I don't want to bring you on when you're not quite ready. So please let us know when you're ready. So first thing first. The government, Jerry, are you ready? Put your thumb up. Okay, he's ready. All right, good evening, Jerry. Thank you for joining us. We appreciate it, sir.
You're welcome.
So tonight, Tabata, folks, the link is out there. If you have the opportunity, please join us. Mike, I'm not too sure, Mike Don, if you have the opportunity, you want to join, please do so. And if you don't have the link and you want me to send you the link to join us all the way from Ganta, please just let me know, and I will try to find means to send it to you. Your boss is not on tonight. I am the one running the show. So, but you're my son anyhow. So, but Jerry, thank you for joining us. And on a very serious note, I was reading something earlier today about I believe it was from Front Page Africa, about the rice prices going to go up. And I'm not too sure if this is something those of us, especially those of us that grew up in the 70s, young men, well, not young men, young boys, because I was still people at St. Johnson, then we were the one that were carrying their water at the time. Okay. I know what happened. 1979 riot. I was in it. I was heavily involved. I did not go to the Capitol building. I stopped at Camp Johnson Road when we started from Ronald Street at PAD office. I was there from day one, from PAD office. We were one of the few. I was one of the few of the many. Terry just joined us. I was one of the few of the many thousands later. But when we started, we were about maybe 25, 30 of us in our little part office. When Deacon Carter took his bullhorn and tried to urge people, because by that time it was our understanding that they were going to cancel the protest. And Deacon Carter stood on that table, still vividly, still remember that, stood on that table with his bullhorn, tried to tell people. But as he was speaking, folks were coming from all over the city. And what had happened was Minister Chinaway raised the rice price, proposed to raise the rice price. And Pat, the Progressive Alliance at the time, decided to take this to the next level and decided to say they were going to have a demonstration. But that word get around very quickly, and there were folks from New Crew Town. They were coming to town. That Saturday morning, I went to the ministry. I was working at the Ministry of Education as a cadet. Some would sweep and clean the office, which I wasn't doing anything because my mom was a deputy minister of Minister of Education. So I wasn't going to do nothing. I just sat over there and run my mouth. So, Terry, can you hear me? Okay. All right. When you're ready, you can just mute yourself. Okay. So, but anyhow, that Saturday, I remember very early in the morning, I went to the Ministry of Education. I didn't do much because I knew there was going to be a demonstration. So I walked to the part of it between Randa and Getty Street. And as people started coming around, this policeman, I still don't know his name, light-skinned guy. I believe he was lieutenant, light-skinned, very young, light-skinned guy. He came in with another CRD agent, Dr. Hare's son. And the reason why I know that because Dr. Hare used to work for the Ministry of Education, and his son used to come to the ministry to his father, so I knew who he was. And plus, he was a handicap, so I knew who he was as well. So they came in, and police, before that, there was an army group that were there, but they weren't telling anybody to do anything. They were just, that's it. So when the police guy in his group came, he said, okay, you'll have the right to demonstrate, but I want you off the sidewalk. And Pat often has this little round, it's about maybe 25 to 40 feet wide. And they decided by that time the crowd was getting huge. So the police, this guy, light-skinned police, up to this time, I don't know his name. So he said, okay, you guys get in the pod property and you'll be fine. So they decided to push over 200 plus into that little stuff. And when they did that, the group that was on the Ronald Street side decided to take on the Ronald Street route. And that was the beginning of the rush riot. Samson Toll was there. I saw it. I followed the group on the Ronald Street side, got on Broad Street. They took off Broad Street and decided to go up Crown Hill area. When they got on Benson Street, somewhere around there, some road they took towards Camp Johnson Road. I followed the Camp Johnson Road group because I live on Camp Johnson Road. And about 2 minutes or so later, my little brother, who was there in the army, was all dressed up with the army clothes. And he said, yes, sir, it's going to be dangerous. I want you off the street. Well, I didn't listen to him. He said, I'm going when I come back. And if you're not off the street, I will be the one to kill you because there will be some killing today. Anyhow, while we were on Camp Johnson Road, my brother left. We were on Camp Johnson Road. There's this truck came with an army group. And the army guy has a gun like this and jumped out of the truck. And the truck went off. And right before my own eyes on Camp Johnson Road, right opposite Oriole, there was a guy that got hit in the head with a bullet. He died on the spot. I went home. That was the end of my. But before that, when we got closer to after Tommy Bonham area, they started shooting tear gas. So the army people started telling us how to get rid of the tear gas from our eyes by taking potato green, rubbing it up, and putting it all over your face, and that would have seized the tear gas. I did my tear gas, whatever remedy, after the shooting happened before I went home. That is my involvement with the riot. What am I saying on these? The rice price is going to be up very soon. Liberia and rice issue has never been anything little. It's always turned ugly. It's always turned ugly. And now the situation for me is going to be a little bit difficult, and it's going to be more of a danger because the folks in the opposition that we're dealing with, they are more sophisticated nowadays, and they have the ability to manipulate the process. Let me show you a little bit of what I'm talking about here, folks. Yeah, it's the if you check among that group, I probably was in it because this most likely it was in the end of the process because at the end of the day, if you look at the shadow of those people, most likely it was noon time. At the end of the day, you won't find people in the street like this because the police was really shooting. So you will not find. So most likely this is one of those early stage of the protest. Now let's go on to this other one. Here, most likely people are just coming, rioting, running around, nothing serious or happening. I can assure you by the end of the day, by 3 to 4 o'clock, their body was in the street. That I know. So another let's take this one down. Another sad thing happened to me. I live on Camp Johnson Road, opposite Oreo, as I stated, and we had 2 Bassa boys, young guy, but they were a little bit older than me. One was at LU, the other one was in the street doing nothing, smoking caro and running around. The one was at the LU. The next morning, his father was wailing right there on Camp Johnson Road. We went outside because I wasn't too far from the road. We went outside and saw him carrying his son, dead body in his hand. What has happened the night before, the army guys came around, and the people in that area heard all of the conversation, especially those days, the tailors. Some of the tailors, boys used to sleep in the tailor shop. They were at night, they closed the tailor shop and they sleep there. So one of the tailor shop that was right there was explaining, he said the army people came and ordered this young man to somehow lay down, get on the floor. He said, well, I'm not part of the right. They said, no, it's too late for you to be in the street. And he said these people were drunk and they killed him. And that's the guy was at LU. His brother who survived was not at LU. And that thing, because in a building that I was living in, we had, I think, 3 or 4 LU students at the time. I was in school now, mind you. At that time, I stopped drinking a little bit, but I was still in the street. But I was in at LU. But I used to behave like that as though I'm going to LU anyhow. So when the news hit that money, many of these LU students, he was the classmate for me, for about 2 or 3 of them in the same building. And it was very, very sad because he used to even come in the house and we all joke. This kid. It was sad. It was sad. That was back in 1979. And the reason I'm saying all of these, Jerry and Terry, before I bring you guys in, rice price is going to be going up again. And if you read the process, the rice price business in Liberia right now, they're saying that the Indian government have put 20% tariffs on the rice importers, and they also put 2%, I think 2% tax hike on the rice importer as well. And the rice importer are saying that the war in Ukraine, the ship has to go, all the war in Middle East, the ship has to go, so prices have increased. Rice price that brought the riot, it was the proposed to increase it by $26 to $30 per 100 bag, 100 pound bag. It's 100 pound, 100 kilo, whatever it was, but it was a big one. Now you're talking 25 pound or 25 kilogram not kilogram, 25 pounds or so rice bag that they're talking about increasing the price to $20. And I'm saying all of these, here we go again. You would think that President Wakai, being the president of the Republic of Liberia, before the rest riot, even after the rest riot, Lofa County were the people that were feeding the entire country. Lofa County has always been people that we count on in terms of rice and specifically rice, because they're good people that farm and feed almost the entire country. And you would think that President Baka will use this opportunity for people to go and do farming. You got all these people in Monrovia. Look at red light. Look at red light. Why are these people leaving the countryside coming to the city? Because things are not going back in the countryside. These are things that used to happen back in the 60s, where the money come from the countryside and stay in Monrovia. Wasn't going back. So now we're repeating all of those. Who do we blame? We're not going to be able to blame anybody else. So I would think they said president's supposed to have a meeting tomorrow or so, but I'm hoping that something good will come out of it. Because if nothing good come out of it, we might see ourselves in serious, because CDC, they're wicked and they're sophisticated. They will manipulate the system and turn it just like Bacchus Mafia and we, the progressive, turn it against the Tower and his two-week party those days. Jerry, thank you for joining me. Terry, thank you for joining me. I tried calling the other day, but I wasn't able to get you because I have not seen you for a very long time. I was wondering everything's okay with you. And then looking at you, everything in God's name, you're okay. We pray that everything remains like that. So welcome. Thank you for joining us. Jerry, go ahead. That's my tabata for the evening. What's on your plate?
Well,
I can hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah, you loud and clear.
Are you talking?
House.
Yeah, I'm talking. You can hear me?
Jerry, can you hear Jerry?
Yeah, Mr. Jerry is clear on my end, but I don't know if you.
There's something wrong with my system. You say you can hear Jerry?
I can hear Mr. Jerry clearly.
Okay, all right. Jerry, go ahead. Let's see if I'll be.
Something.
Okay, you guys go ahead. You're on Facebook. I will figure what the issue with my whatchamacallit. So go ahead, Jerry.
I hope it's not caused by the independent voices, because
conspiracy, sabotage.
Yeah.
Like conspiracy, sabotage, sabotage the program. That's what it is. But anyway, they're not going to succeed. Here's an issue here. Something came to my mind last week. And oh, you can hear me now? Oh, you can hear me?
I think he's still working on it. I can hear you, Mr. Bagon. You can go ahead.
All right. Something happened, and the Liberian government need to take it very seriously. It's a threat to our national security. It's a threat to our investors.
Yeah, go ahead, Jerry. I can hear you, but it's delayed. But go ahead.
Okay. It's a threat to our national security. It's a threat. It's time for Mr. Wakai, His Excellency, to put his feet down and to investigate what's going on. I'll come to the rest issue. It's also intertwined with the rest issue. You see, 1980, when Toh was president, Mr. Toh would be one of those probably he will remember. There's a leaflet that used to go around, they call REACT. Revolution or something, there used to be a REACT. Anything the president will undertake before daybreak is all in the street. And it's the exact same thing that's going on right now in Liberia. Everything that goes on with the president is on Spoon TV. And it's very appalling. It is not right. Not everything that we discuss or we talk, it will be on Spoon TV. And the Minister of State for Presidential Affairs need to put stop to it. Whoever saw leaking the information, it is very detrimental to our society, to the World Bank or the government. And I think it's about time the government step up to the plate and investigate who doing this thing. Because no investor will come and meet with the Minister of Foreign Affairs by the time you leave the Minister of Foreign Affairs. It's on Spoon TV. How he got to Spoon TV, nobody know. How it leaked out, nobody know. So from my perspective or from my understanding, people who want to do business, they gotta be very careful how they want to do the business, because if you meet with somebody by the time you leave, that not everything that will be on the air. There are certain issues that the government have to keep very confidential. Look, what happened when the president went to Guinea-Bissau the other day? It was a big issue. Or the president tell the Liberian people here, that's not everything the president would tell the Liberian people. When Iraq war, when George Bush went to Baghdad, he flew there in the night, if you can recall. He came back to the state before they started playing the tape. So not everything, and we don't understand things, how things work, because we see it, or freedom of press, or transparency. Of course, we need transparency, but there are certain things the government cannot reveal because of security issue, national security issue. But also, it does remain to those who are working in the area. These are very sensitive issues. I will come to the red issue, but that's what concerned me this evening. So, Terry?
Terry, go ahead.
Yeah. Thank you very much for the show. I've been off because I've traveled to Liberia, so I was not ready here. Yeah.
You brought some Kasaoli?
Yeah, I went to eat some cassawali and pepper soup.
Okay.
We're gonna make them want your show tonight. You want to Liberia? You even put it in a chat room that you going to Liberia?
I saw it later.
Yeah, I put it in the chat room when I was to the park. I put something in the chat room there. But it was an impromptu.
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, it was an impromptu trip. And actually, what I saw in Liberia, I felt a bit discouraged, and to be honest, I felt a bit discouraged because I saw the street, the dead, all over the street, everywhere. People just threw the dead in the street, trash all over the place. I was discouraged in that. That really discouraged me, to be honest with you. And the road, the dust, the dust on the road in the city. So what I felt discouraged about is that what President we are really doing, in regards to fixing of the road in the capital city. The capital city. From Bon Mines Bridge or from Broadway all the way to Central Monrovia, the road is not good. So what was President we are government doing? They said they were buy road medicine and all those kind of things. I don't know if they became the medicine for the road, but the road is bad, and the dust, when you're coming home, you're gonna get dirty. So it tells me that Liberians are not living, even the people in the city. It also informs me that the best way for you to live better in Liberia, you got to go in the hinterland. I think the people in the hinterland are living better than the people in Monrovia City. In the center city, I saw feces rolling down in the center city of Monrovia. Still. And potholes. There is a specific pothole in Vartan there that stalls the traffic for over 1 hour from on the bridge just to move from Central Monrovia to Freeport or let's say to Claratown, just to move from Central Monrovia to Claratown. It will take you 1 hour because there's a pothole there that have water in it and all those kind of things. That is the kind of dilapidation that I saw in the capital city that really discouraged me. But however, liberal to the rest issue, for me, I was born in 1979, all right? And obviously, when we grew up, we heard about the Rest Riot and all those kind of things. We knew a little bit about the Rest Riot, but we learned about it afterwards because our parents told us what transpired that led to the to the overthrowing of the late President Tolbert. All right. And I think it was because of the politicians that capitalized on a little mistake. They made it very big. So you're trying to say something very important. But in this, the like, Tolbert also, we must take into consideration dispensation have changed. President Tolbert leadership was a leadership that the people already had problem with because of the Americo-Liberian domineering, or domineering action at the time. So Tolbert led for several years, and people had already had problem with leadership. They were tired already. And the politicians just used the rest riot as a means to topple his whole entire leadership. Unfortunately, fortunately for President Boubacar, it is not so. People have seen President Boubacar gone through a proper democratic process, and people are still thinking that President Weah is the cause of all these things going on. So I think that it will be too early for the opposition in likes of CDC to take this thing and use it. It's not going to work. All right. People also have seen the effect, the danger effect of trying to use rice business to create chaos in the country. People have seen all of that. If you remember back a few years back when President Weah something came about, it was just all on the news. People just talk about it, and that was it. You saw President Weah went to the election. He got almost 800,000 people voting for him. So Liberians have progressed from the mentality of resting. They are not thinking about that as the way they used to think about it during the Tolbert administration, during the President Doe leadership. All right. So those politicians are trying to use this as a medium to create chaos and thinking that it will be used to bring down President Boubacar leadership. They are lying to you. It's not going to work. Because I'm just from there. Liberians are not what Liberians are really looking up to. To be honest, a lot of Liberians are angry. I went to the country, I see Liberians are vexed. And the reason why they are vexed is not only because of rest, it's because of hardship. The country is hard. The passing of the budget, the stalling of the budget affected the economy. All right. So the money is not being released. So people are suffering. People are not happy with the condition, but equally so, it have not reached to the stage where they are going to retaliate because the condition is hard. No, people are not thinking about that. All right, people are not thinking about that. So those who trying to use that, I hear Mr. Bacon talking about the Spoon Talk. Spoon TV is a media institution. Media institutions survive on bad news. They love to use bad news against the government. And I understand what you're trying to say. In every leadership, even in the great chancellor leadership, all right, there were information that were leaked out. And the people who leak out this information, they are being paid to do that. It will always happen in every government. The only problem I have with President Boubacar, like I said the last time, he does not have a damage control. He don't have nobody to vent for him. They need to, that is the problem President Weah had. They did not build up a robust media institution that will fight back. So as a result, everything that comes to them, they take it. And they fail to realize that a lot of people watch Spoon TV because they believe that Spoon TV helped to bring President Boubacar to power. So President Boubacar, now need to organize a media institution that will stand against Spoon. Otherwise, Spoon TV will be used to topple his government. Thank you.
Thank you, Terry. And I
Sorry
appreciate it.
I took a little bit.
But who invited this man on the liberal show? Yeah,
The independent voices.
You got no choice here tonight, Terry. Let me say, Terry. Jared, before you go on,
can you work out? Can you work out, please?
Terry, do you see this? Jerry, you see this?
I see this. I
Okay.
see what the independent voices are trying to do on LPR
This is
network.
it's not even Rhode Island, like in San Diego. Look at
What?
they're having breakfast
This
outside.
picture was well taken.
Yeah, at the
It's a
border of
beautiful picture.
Mexico.
Oh
It
yeah,
was
at
at
the
the
border
border
of
of
Mexico.
Mexico and US.
Wow.
I
What a
will talk about it
shameless group
later.
of people. What a shameless group of
I
people.
will talk about it later. But anyway, Mr. So, welcome. So, Jerry, before I bring in Mr. So on a very serious note, you made a comment earlier. I think for me, Spoon TV, whatever that is being leaked out there, is good. Now, for you, I will understand because you're in a security business. And in security business, these things are frowned on big time.
Please.
They're still trying to bring what's his name, Julius Assange, here in the United States to try him for crime, according to them, crime committed almost 10, 15 years ago when he leaked out the U.S. War secret. They're still trying to bring him to the U.S. to try him. The British court, the UK court stepped in again today that he has a right to file so he doesn't be, so that they will not bring him in here. Now, for me, I think Spoon is doing a wonderful job by bringing these things up. I don't like the discussion because the discussion tend to be personal and what have you. But the fact that these things are coming to light, I really don't know how they get their information, but it's healthy. It's healthy because people, believe it or not, there will be some people within the Baka administration that will be taking precaution in how they deal with people money, in how to deal with people things. There's, I don't know how that other one get on Spoon. Let me be careful. We never had that. Okay, so I think Spoon TV for me, that's fine with me. Let them do what they're doing. It's very healthy. The confusion and my issue that I have, if Witherspoon is taking out of the service for some time, by the time he comes back, the door is
Taking
going
him.
to be closed.
Where is he going?
That's what we're here for. That's what we're here for. The door will be closed. The
I,
door will be closed, and that is my fear.
Yeah. Look, let me come in here, man.
Did I invite you? I'm
Let me
running the
come.
show.
let me come in. Let me come in. Look.
Yeah, Jerry, Mr. So, before you come in, let's hear from Jerry.
This
Jerry,
is
go
what I'm
ahead.
saying. Look,
Oh my goodness.
you are a minister of public works.
Mhm.
There's something called safety and security and national interest. I'm not saying what Spoon is doing is wrong, but you as the minister of public works, if anything before it be publicized or it be any publication, contact you first. Look, this is what we heard. This is what we want to talk. That's the procedure as a press, as a journalist, or as a security personnel. There are certain information that we cannot disseminate because of the gravity of the magnitude of the issue. That's what I'm saying. I'm not talking about. I mean, it is important. We'll have to have a press. The press have a right, but also the press also have a right not to review national security. Okay. At the same time, we the national security, we have to say, look, you cannot publish this for now until after the investigation
Look.
Mm-hmm.
because there's some implication. That's my point I'm making. I'm not making say what
Okay.
Spoon TV is doing is wrong. No, I'm saying we have to know how the information are leaking from the president desk on to the media.
Okay, thank you. Let me go to Mr. So. Mr. So, go ahead.
Yeah, look,
Welcome.
this RV here, this RV, I want to pull this RV off my hand. Look, what a disgrace, what a shame. Three of you guys, this is ridiculous. It is absurd. And for the liberal, Mr. Bacon, Terry Collins, coming from Liberia, you see, you guys will learn the hard way. This guy was going, he never told us. He just threw a message in the chat room overnight, and you're struggling among yourself. You have the liberal on the other side here bringing 1979 rice price will go up, making all of these basically and ridiculous excuses for Joseph Boyka. Terry Collin going to Liberia, the garbage XYZ, Jerry Barker on the other side. Guys, look, you gotta be honest with people. The man that is in charge of this country as we speak is responsible to fix what was damaged, what was spoiled. This is why you came to rescue. Why are you guys presenting the different definitions of being rescued? Esther, good to have you. We continue and we will remain the independent voices of that. The real picture you're supposed to show, this is the picture you're supposed to show. This is the picture you're supposed to show. When you see a friend in a solidarity handshake, this is the Peco Park in San Diego, California. Dr. Marley Jones right there. And you're not showing that yes, of course, we had a breakfast because we had a great time. I am not like you guys. You Terry Sesegoya, you push George, Amos George once with Terry, and then you come here, you're going to see more of this on Wednesday. But Samson told Jerry Bacon, Terry Collins, Dr. Jones, myself, we will continue. We will try to get Wilton Ketter, but he's a sedition, he's a reaction, so nothing is also guaranteed. But for you guys, three of you to come
So
here,
are you
45 minutes. 1 second, for you're beyond it. For you, Jerry Barker, Terry Collins, 45 minutes. You're taking her to E. Regina Thompson days and making all of these excuses for this government. It is ridiculous. And
But do you know who E. Reagan Johnson was? Do you know who
I don't care.
makes a negative contribution to the Republic of Liberia? You're probably
I know that. Look, I am in present day reality. The rescue boat that you brought that is in Bikina, you need to get it going into all of the 15 political subdivision. Tara, you are disappointed.
Okay.
Speak out.
Thank you,
I'm
Mr.
here.
Cole.
And we will
Thank
be
you
here
for
on
your
Wednesday.
tabata. It has
I think you're gonna
no
consider
ground on the
claiming a
network
grant
tonight. Mr.
Yes.
So, thank you for your tabata. It has no ground on this network tonight. Terry,
Go ahead.
please tell us some good thing that we want to hear. Please, go ahead.
The good thing that we
Yeah,
want to
so-
hear.
Mr. So, I don't want to put you in the bike. Terry, please.
Oh,
go
To be
ahead.
honest,
Terry?
with you guys, the country, the tension, right? To be honest, there is a sense of peace in the atmosphere. That is one of the things I really enjoy. Calm and peace, people are a little bit relaxed, but there are other things that are very discouraging, liberal. And I must be clear on the network tonight that President Boyka need to take note of. All right.
Oh.
I was coming from chicken soup factory, right? I could see they pile up to chicken soup factory as tall as a building. I could see they on every side of the street in Monrovia, every place. They are all on the street. There is no trash, cans around where you can put for recycling. That what we got here, all the things. So I am thinking like, how are people living? How are people living? Then the worst of all, before you can leave from Monrovia City because I was living, I was stopping in the guest house in Banjo. Before I could leave from Monrovia City to Banjo, I was already dirty because of the dust. Whether you ride a taxi or you ride motorcycle, you're gonna be dirty. All right. And there was a huge traffic. One of those days when the motorcyclists, when they were taking when the motorcyclists were being restricted on the 15, there was a huge traffic that was stuck in Sion Town for more than 2 hours. Just between Sion Town to Freeport, there was a traffic of 2 hours. You had container trucks moving from Camp John, moving from right to Jamaica Road. They're coming to Freeport. The container trucks where those trucks never even had grip, the rear grip to grip those things. That thing could fall anytime. As a matter of fact, one of the container trucks even fell. It blocked the traffic. I had to detour and go sleep somewhere else because the traffic was from Freeport of Monrovia all the way to Bon Mines Bridge around about 6 o'clock in the night. That traffic never left there until 11 o'clock. So, you know, look, there are so much. If you go to Monrovia, the stress alone within 2 to 3 days will cause you to be very disappointed. And I was thinking, I was very shocked, to be honest with you. So I am just saying this to say that those are my observations, all right, for President Borkas, saying he took over. Those are some of the things I observed. You know, the regulation put into place is also good, the helmet stuff. But one of the things we got to look at too, the helmet, if more than one person using it, you got to tell the people to sensitize it, because people, you know, and you got to use a specific kind of helmet. They just told the children to have helmet. So there was helmet that you're not supposed to use for passengers that were being used. So those helmets were not supposed to be used for passengers. All right, those helmets are for motorcycles that are well built, like those Harley Davidson bikes. Those are the helmets I saw people using. They were not commercial helmets. So, you know, there are so many things that need to be looked at and addressed that are not really being addressed, that I think they need to be addressed. But on the other hand, President Borka has brought total calm to the country. He has brought some level of peace and tranquility. And so far, so good. I see the government on that trajectory. But the rest of the other thing, like in regards to security, is fine. But when the rest of the other thing of the level of tension in the country, wherein people are suffering, everybody I see, most of the people I see, they are angry. And the anger they are expressing is that they are angry that in their mind, from what I observed, that in their mind, they feel that they made a wrong decision.
Oh, that's interesting.
That is what I observed. The people are angry because what they're seeing is that they're seeing almost a similar repeat, and that is what the opposition is succeeding in doing. The opposition is successful in saying to the people that nothing has changed, and that is what making the people angry. So if you write the text, you hear the people talking it. They say, "Oh, send a paper to over TJ." You know, because the opposition is whispering that everything President Borka said he was going to change, he is repeating similar things that President Weah was doing. So that is the message that the people receiving, and because of the level of hardship too, is making the people to absorb that message. And there is nobody that is. Oh, there's a feedback. Yeah, there is nobody that is countering. There is nobody countering that message. Oh, there's a
so somebody please one of you
We're not
guys.
hearing you.
Somebody please one of you guys. Can you hear me?
We're not hearing you.
Can you hear me?
I'm hearing you, but there's a
Is
feedback.
there any echo from my end?
Yes.
Yeah, because that's what happens when you start Tabata, then everything goes down the hill. That's what happening right now.
It's a conspiracy because you are the serious, so you want sympathize in the whole program.
Of course, yes. But I got it under control. So can you hear me? Let's go to Jerry. Jerry, go ahead. While I'm trying to split my things up, go ahead, Jerry.
There's still feedback. I can hear myself.
Yeah, there's a repeat.
Oh. Yeah, but it's not coming from you. That's for sure. Mr. So mute yourself.
I am perfect. As independent will remain.
Jerry, mute yourself a minute. Let's see. Are you muted, Jerry? Mr. So, are you muted?
I'm okay.
Okay, mute yourself a minute, Mr. So. Maybe I got to get out and come back in.
Folks, you're seeing that they want to silence me.
Mr. So, mute yourself. Mute yourself. Okay. So as you can see, the background stuff is not coming from Mr. So. Unmute yourself a minute. Mr. So, unmute
I
yourself.
will be vindicated.
Okay,
Three
it's
of
coming
you,
from
I
Mr.
will be
So.
vindicated. What?
It's coming from Mr. So. Mr. So, get out and come back in, please.
Yeah. Well,
It's coming from Mr.
trouble.
So.
This is another stand up.
Mr. So, get out and come back. We don't need no
Okay.
on that one.
Okay, I will do it, but I will come back. I will
come back. Okay. Now, do you guys still hear the echo?
No, it's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, I think I was coming from him.
Okay,
Of course. He's here to sabotage our good conversation. We know who he is.
Yeah. Okay, now you can hear me, right?
Yeah.
You are fine, Mr. Barton.
So he's not here again. And watch and see if he comes in. But go ahead, Jared. Go ahead,
But
please.
see, Terry, you raise a point. In politics, when you are defending, you cover a lot because you had overlap to be able to catch up. Mr. Buckeye need to be offense. In this administration, they need to be offense.
Good. You're good now.
There should be offense. Here's the reason why there should be offense. Look, CDC is good at propaganda.
Right.
So, in every Buckeye government to be successful or to succeed, the government have to have an offense team that will be able to rebuff somebody Tabata they are talking, and who are the people a Buckeye have? You have to have a surrogate, rapid response, especially when it comes to the rest issue. We have issue. Is it? You come by, getting the feedback. Anyway, the red issue, the history of our red issue in Liberia.
It's good.
Okay, the red issue. A typical Liberian person making less than $1,000 a year time, or maybe $1,100, and now you're going to buy a bag of rice, $18.50 for a bag of rice, $16.50 for a bag of rice. What is the income? These are the things Mr. Buckeye have to start thinking, especially within the intercycle. The government have to. One of the things government need to do is know they got right to produce it in the country. But when a 5 person or 5 people or 5 companies that are importing rice in Liberia, 2 things I noticed in Liberia: rice and cement. Semenco have not changed from the time I went to Monrovia in the 70s. They always say they were decentralized or Semenco up to this time, from Tobertown, Dothan, Taylortown, Ellen Johnson Town, and up to this time. The same thing with the rice. Only 5 companies that producing rice, and whereby 99.99 of Liberian is our staple food. So it's about time. But I have this administration need to find alternative how to decentralize or the rest in that place. Anyway, if you say the monopolizer, no, then your argument is wrong because you got 5 people. So if 5 person selling the rest, and they are the only rest imported into the country, then you can tell them and say they're monopolizing the rest. But we need to decentralize it. That people should be all rest in the country.
So, Jerry, thank you. Now let me be a little bit straightforward here. Back in 1985, it was Sir Johnny, Sam Cully, and myself left from Rhode Island about 2-something in the morning. We drove all the way to Philadelphia to make the 10 o'clock meeting. At the time, Tom Wowoyu then was the president of ULAT. And the reason I'm bringing this up is Sir Johnny, who then, of course, he was young at the time, full of ideas. But I'm sure Sir Johnny's ideas of making things good for Liberia still there. And now he's at the inside of Liberian higher politics. And I hope those ideas that he used to express those days, I hope those ideas will still be with him. And now that the opportunity is there, that he himself will use this opportunity to make sure that he's very truthful to our the people who are around the president who are not making good decisions to help many Liberians. Okay,
No,
we're going to keep me so off of the show.
I'm not here for the theory to back on to
Okay, then
thing.
bye bye. Nice seeing you. Bye bye. Back on say bye bye. Jerry say bye bye. We'll see you tomorrow.
I'm not going nowhere. I'm here. You're sure yourself. If you don't call me, I will observe. But this is how it is a clear indication how the country is in a double trouble. To have you as a
the Liberal is not done yet. The Liberal
okay.
And
I
so,
will wait.
very serious note. I think Sir Johnson, Sir Johnny, who also happen to be a friend, I will hope, because when we got to the meeting that day, one of the things he stated was that we're not here because of hate. We want things to be done in Liberia that is good for our people. And I hope that idea still remains. Because what is happening right now with President Baka administration, people will say, well, the Liberal, you always say that. I'm putting it around people who are supposed to be truthful with President Baka. Now, let me also be truthful here. President Baka seems to be, I could be wrong, that he has a tendency of saying, I will do, either forget or intentionally don't. We saw the incident here when he spoke at the Philadelphia hall that night when the issue was happening with the CPP. And he promised and told Liberia that when I get back to Liberia, this thing will be brought to an end. It didn't happen. This is very serious. The rice issue, the how do you call it, access recovery, the Ryan airplane, and people are not being truthful. They are not coming out to say this is exactly what happened. We heard the press secretary giving us one information. We heard the minister of information say whatever that I say here is the final. We heard the political advisor. We heard it ourselves. She's saying different things. Who's speaking? Who's speaking for the president in this government? Number one. The last thing I want to say before I turn it on to the show is we all want to be recognized by this president. Yes. But we have to do it in turn. You don't wait. You don't just try to step all over people. And this guy here, this the guy in so-called big cat, crispy guy, whatever his name is. Keep hearing his names about. This guy, he's going to have to do better than this. One of the reasons, because before he was brought in, Mr.
So you need to mute yourself a little bit because the echo is bad us.
You can't hear me?
I'm not. Tell me, you. It's because you guys just not been truthful. That's why this thing is the way.
Remember this. This was when you can play the tape. I know you recorded me. I told President Baka was in touch with old folks, but many of them said they're too old, and those who now they're coming to help the young people, and then you guys can leave. And Grace, you are one of those people based on that I have with one of the inside. And I thought that Grace me going to President Baka, that you'll be truthful with him. Except Joe, this is not how it's supposed to work. You know that. Have that kind of inner conversation. Somebody needs to be able to call you right by the same name you used to have. If we don't do that, President Baka is a human being like any other president. He might not be able to see everything. And so, Mr. So, while you're here tonight to sabotage the show,
no, I am not. This is a complete disappointment. My voice and everything else you listen to, there's an echo. You guys should come from me. You yourself.
Yeah, okay, all right. I'll come back. I don't know if I go out. Will you guys still be able to get it? Okay, let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do this, folks. Let's do this. Let's do this. I will be right back. I'm gonna shut it down and then come back. But I want people to watch the real LPR
What is
group.
this? What is this? What is this?
The man showing picture, they asking what is this? You are showing your own picture, nobody question you.
These are Boyo group. We're not even hearing you. He muted himself. This guy is confused. What an embarrassment.
So these are Boyo.
These are Boyo group. These are simplings of letter, from Maryland County, 1979, DD20 that entered Sando County. He wearing red tie. He get a green stuff. The long sleeve swallow his hand. The poor terrier aside, he not looking happy.
Oh.
Amos Georgia is forcibly smiling.
What? You hear your critique to be addressing?
The Liberal is muted.
Yeah, you muted.
I don't know why. What?
Yeah, we still, Mr. Soul, that trouble is coming from your side.
Why will you say the trouble is coming from me?
Because you are off,
Yeah, I think when Liberal talking and you mute, then the echo can cease. But when you open your mic, the echo can be very.
So I the bad person here tonight, right? Are you saying? If there's an echo,
still hearing me?
Yeah, we hear you.
Is there still echo, Jerry?
If you're listening to any device, if you listen to any device,
anything else.
if you get a device open, then obviously you're going to come back. But I think everything here properly adjusted. If there's an echo, it will come back to my mic.
All right.
If you don't hear me here tonight, that's
Jerry,
okay.
I will mute myself. Jerry, go ahead.
Oh, Jerry, go ahead again.
Wait a minute.
Who's going to be next?
Who's going to be talking?
You already spoke.
Who's going to be talking? Who's going to be talking?
All right, Jerry, please yield to Mr. Soul. Mr. Soul, go ahead.
Okay, thank you.
Oh, Lord. I don't think I need to be here tonight.
Because the own simplicity, that's the whole thing.
This is sad what you guys are doing. And for the Liberal, for you to just post spin around that somebody responsible for biker, they were disappointed. You need to step up with this racing. Come on. You're not even a help to this president that you support. There are some good things happening. You, as a person who supports this president's agenda, you're not even straight with him, and then you want to blame Sylvester Grisby? It is by this time you should be having a talking point. You should be telling us those wrong. Don't spin anything. Do not salad dress anything. Be bold. Be honest, and point that out just how we pointed that out yesterday. You don't want to do that. You're telling us, you're apprehensive now. Maybe the president can be forgetful. Also, we should serve a monitor on him to be reminding him, this is why you say so time. This is the decision you need to be taking. Is that what you want us to do, to put a GPS to remind the president of his constitutional responsibility? We don't have time for that. Look, there are some good things this president is doing. We can talk about it, but when the people, a lot of the things being missed, the assets recovery, drugs taking tests. But I do appreciate the fight so far. They need to do more to identify the sources, the importers, those who are not just the consumer. They need to do that. But when we come to this program, please, let us put aside these sort of partisan thing and try to be selective in our talking point. If it was bad yesterday, and the man that was in charge, we all held him to his feet. It was bad. He did not make good administrative decisions, and that's why the country went the way it go. When it's bad today, We must call it as it is. But for you, Samson told everybody, wait. Why are you in every other thing? Sir, Johnny, then your friend, your king to 1980. Everything in our country, Samson told is the way is also taking part. Why can't you tell us that Joseph Boykasa was your friend? If Sir Johnny, Peter, Johnny, Sir Joseph, all of these people they are your friend, why can't you tell us? I said the Moja boys, those social boys, from time to time, they have been wanting to get to the proximity of the presidency of the Republic of Liberia. The Kofi Wuzin. These boys going to do everything possible can. You won't cry, eh? But what you need to do, not to come here and deceive these people. As a strong proponent of this government, point out as it is. I know you're not looking for a job. I know who you are. Cherry Barcom raised George Weah, brought George Weah to us. What happened, what not happened, he yet to tell us. He brought Joseph Boyka as friends of Boyka campaign. They were all over the place here. Very good, smart guy. But guess what? What he telling us here now today? Look, what are we looking? We want to see what is happening. I'm not part of it. I'm not part of your stuff here.
Thank you, Mr. So. Thank you.
One second. I beg you, one second.
If you're gonna be saying Jared came look, now what you can say, Jared can speak and he don't say look, he can tell you what he wants. So right
No,
now,
he
I think
wants
you're not on a good track.
So this is why, okay, the liberal, I will be nice. This is why Dr. Mala Jones and myself, who will continue to be on this network. We'll continue to be on this network. This is why we are in good handshake, and this is why we are doing what we are.
Well, that kind of how you get people.
I enjoy the shoe, Mr. Stowe. I want that shoe.
What are you, full out man? Or you from that kind of how you got it? I don't know whether you full out man or not, because we need to find out whether you're real Liberian. That's for sure. Eric, go ahead, please. How you got on? I'm not too sure if he full out man or not. He too tall, and with that kind of how he got on. Look at the way he dressed. It meant that I think that full out man. We need to find out from his birth certificate. But go ahead, Jared, please.
Yeah, it's a CEO or renowned radio station, TV station, telling us tonight that we're here to babysit the president. So let me ask you, Mr. CEO, why do we have an advisor? Why do we have press secretary? Why do we have minister of foreign affairs? Why do we have all the cabinet? If the president wants to do all the job, so you forgot. Maybe you have forgotten. That's why the president, you as an individual, who the president are appointed, is your responsibility to tell the president, Mr. President or Madam President, these are the issues that are affecting the government. So nobody here to visit the president. He's capable of himself. But that's why you, as a press man, to stimulate the information that the Liberian people, we come on the show to make sure that the Liberian people get a fair understanding of government, at the same time to stimulate the information that they need to hear. That's what we are here for. We'll be honest and get in the full information that they want. Well, for you to come here and say, oh, we have the man is forgetful. No, the president. That's why they have press secretary, you got personal secretary, you got lawyers that are assigned to the president to tell him legal advice. This is what, Mr. President, this is your obligation, and this is what you can do, this is what you can do. But however, in conclusion, look, Mr. Buckeye will succeed. I don't care why you're trying to opinion on Mr. Buckeye. Mr. Buckeye is a gentleman. He understands the government. It must start on a slow page. But look, I can promise, Buckeye will succeed. And look, not everything will happen the way you wanted the thing is should be happening. So, Mr. CEO, Buckeye does not need to be babysitting. Nobody needs to babysit. Huh?
No, go ahead. Finish your
Okay,
statement.
nobody need to be saying Mr. Buckeye.
Thank
He's a
you.
man. He had experience before he come into the office. The man got good resume.
Thank you.
Let me say this so you found a thing. He's one of the 12 years as a vice president. The second highest heading to become president. Talbot served for 19 years. So when it comes to experience, he has experience. He need no introduction into the international world.
Thank you. So Terry, let me come to you, but I will say this. If President Buckeye and President Weah were to go for a job with resume, nobody will look at President Weah. They will employ President Buckeye. Terry, go ahead. Make your point, my brother.
Yeah. So President Walker, I believe, have a long-term goal in trying to address the rest issue by trying to invest into mechanized farming that will change the trajectory of the country. There are secure lands, hectares of lands to do that, which is a good thing. But before you plant a new mat, you have to have an old mat. The old mat have to be there before you can plant the new mat. So what the people will be eating, what will they be doing before you do all of that? So the long-term project have to have a supplement with a short-term project or a short-term goal. So I think what they need to do now is to create some, you see, like President Weah had a strategy for his preliminary stages in his after his 100 days project. They brought the pro rest to distract the people. The pro rest agenda was not successful, but it was just a scam plan to distract the Liberians, to make them be thinking that, oh yeah, something good is coming. So why, President Walker needs some of these mechanisms, some of these strategies. You need to be strategic. And that is why I said a leader must be creative. You must be creative. You must be able to do something. He also needs to travel a lot to create friends, make friends, create friends, And like I heard Edwin Snow was saying that President Walker lost two major opportunities. In as much as Edwin Snow is an opposition, I want to take his word for that he missed two opportunities by not visiting, certain ECOWAS meetings wherein he was going to have access with presidents to rub shoulder with them, to communicate with them. All right. And I thought that was going to be his goal because you see, Madam Sirleaf travel a lot. And that was what made her government to be successful. All this talk that they're talking about, private jetting. Let me tell you something. To win an elections, you need to say some things. So I don't get it when people say, the man riding private jet now, he's doing the senior president. No, this government is a responsible government that Labour just said. You put President Weah here, you put President Joe Walker here, the people will take Joe. Why? Because they see that Joe is more qualified for the job. President Weah private jet riding is not compared to President Joe Walker private jet riding.
To go watch football.
Thank you. So these are categories are not the same. All right. And if the opposition at the time, which was Unity Party, said, President, we are riding private jet, so it's not supposed to be blah, 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 all those things. Those are politics. You speak words that will bring you to power. When you come to power now, it is your agenda that you are going to work on to change the trajectory of the country. The main priority of the citizen is that their lives must change. And I think that is our priority. President Walker needs to travel a lot. And in order to travel, the means that he sees necessary that will bring benefits to the country, he needs to take that particular step. And I don't have a problem. The private jet issue that people talking about all over the place, it depends on if the private jet the man traveled by was not government didn't spend money behind it. Why are we discussing it? Why is it an issue? Because the private jet president we are riding, the government was spending money behind it. The private jet President Boga riding, government not spending money behind it. So even if it come from Bowen town, you know, if Bowen town give the man a private jet to ride and the government is not spending money behind it, I don't think that should be an issue. It's economical. It's economical. So, but the president cannot be riding around anything, you know, just jump in some kind of plane with everybody on a plane and they going places to engage on major issues, especially for short countries like from here to Dubai, from here to Ghana, other places. I think the president needs to have some level of private jet that will be much economical, that will not extract enough money from the country budget, so that he can be able to engage these projects safely, all right, and secure. But when it comes to traveling on international waters, I think he can use other things. But yeah, so I think President Boka will succeed. But my own disappointment was when I went to Liberia, that what I was just saying, things that I saw that I know will not be solved overnight. My disappointment was in President Boka not being able to address the issues of the dirt industry, to curtail all that. The congestion in Monrovia City is very high. But the real issue, I will blame it on President Weah, because, it's just disgraceful. If you go to Liberia right now, especially Monrovia, you will feel very, very bad. And I really think, how the international community that coming to visit Liberia, how do they see us? Because look, if you go Monrovia is bad. It's very, very bad. All the roads are bad. Every piece of road in the city is broken down. So I really think, how do these people get around? Most of the cars will not survive. So that is why the prices to move from one area to another is even more than the price of there are some distances I travel in Liberia, I spend more money than to buy food to eat. You understand? Because the roads are very bad. Those cars, the honor carrier, everything, is going to damage within the next 6 months. How are you going to repair it? Even motorcycle is every day they're changing some kind of thing. So the country is in a very, very bad state. And that is what I think a lot when President Weah said that, the bar road medicine. How can you be bar road medicine with a capital city looking like this? And I think President Boka needs to address it. With the aspect of a car not sticking in the mud, I don't want to agree with that, because in the city,
So Terry is on the floor. Why, Terry?
In the city, we sat down in the traffic from Freeport of Monrovia to what a place to Bomb Mines Bridge for hours. That is almost like sticking in the mud in the city. I'm not talking about in the interior, in the city. So President Boka, you need to put your foot down and do those things that will release the people of the stress. Because, hey, people can be hungry, then before they go home, they get dirty. Then the street again dirty. Then the people again have to sit down in the traffic. 4 persons in one back seat of the cab, 2 persons in the front seat, and then it raining all the glasses up. I really look, I said Liberians are very strong. We are very, very strong people, because if you go to Monrovia and see the condition of the life people are living in, and you will realize that our people are more than suffering. Thank you very much, Debo.
Thank you. I think you give us a wonderful, wonderful, wonderful standing of this president, this wonderful president. He's doing his best. Let's hear from Walter Carter is here tonight. Walter Carter, thank you for joining us. Make it brief, please.
It would be better you just cut me off on the program.
Make it brief. We're here for law business.
No, Mr. Toe.
I can't hear you. That is Chinese lie you got. That is CDC Chinese lie you got. I can't hear you.
Mr. Toe, in my Mr. Toe voice. No. I'm on the floor. Give me chance. Let me speak.
Okay, speak, but I can't hear you. Go ahead.
Terry was narrating. He was reciting his own speech over
Can you speak into the microphone?
Oh, I speak. You can you hear me?
Carter, we're hearing you loud and clear.
Mr.
Thank you very much.
I'm running the show. Go ahead, Carter.
Look, I'm discouraged. I'm disappointed. I'm
Oh my
downhearted
goodness.
when I hear Terry, Mr. Bacon. And by the way, Mr. So, I'm joining the independent team with you and Mr. Marley Jones. And I'm gonna be I'm joining the team.
What did you say?
If you didn't get it clear, Mr. So heard it. I'm disappointed. I'm disappointed that my brother will come on this platform after they have supported a campaign that was supposed to come and rescue and do all the things that were done wrong by President Weah. They are now shifting blame on President Weah. I'm also disappointed. At my old man, Mr. Bako, for getting mad at leaked documents that are coming from the government. Yesterday, they were jumping all on Spoon Radio, all on a different platform. When there were leakage from this department, this other department, yeah, let the information come. The country exposed now. People talking it. Today, they are saying, no, it's wrong. It's not wrong. It's right. It's right. That Liberian people are supposed to know we are fighting corruption. It was good yesterday. It's supposed to be good today. President Bouaka, you're talking about President Bouaka flying private jet is okay. Let Terry here talking about George Weah flew private jet and he did it for propaganda purpose. Are you kidding me, brother? You think you will say that? So you admit it on this national public radio that you're lying to the Liberian people. Blatantly lie to Liberian people. No, I ain't done finished yet. You're lying to Liberian people.
CD, Walter Cutter. We have time limit on
Let
here.
me just land. Okay, let me land.
All right, you got 2 seconds.
Let me land.
Go ahead.
Y'all lie to Liberian people.
See, this is not a good landing spot for you.
No,
you cannot come out here and consider the go. But anyway, make your point. Make your point.
Let me make my point.
Okay, you got 2 seconds. You got 2 seconds.
No. You're telling Liberian people that President Weah and Terry said something on the platform today that Liberian people listen, they will consider this government a lying government because it's supported the surrogate lie.
Dr. Mari, congratulations.
Terry said that you're lying to Liberian people about flying about President Weah flying with private jet just to come to power. And the same lie you told the Liberian people about President Weah is the same lie you people doing today that putting.
Okay, thank you. Because you're repeating yourself now. Thank you very much. Thank you. Stand by, Walter Cutter. Walter Cutter, thank you.
I'm an analyst. Why you cutting me
off? Walter Cutter, the 2 seconds I gave you more than time. So please, just hold on. Woke up to you. Let me go to Dr. Mallet. Dr. Mallet, good evening. Samson told Labrador Public Radio, congratulations. Anything else you want to say, or we say thank you and we move on?
Mr. Samson and your crew, it's about time that you people cease fire. It's too early for you people to be on the defense. Very, very early. I'm very surprised and disappointed at the analysis from Collins just from Liberia. And at the same time, rejuvenating the hope of the Liberian people that this government is on the right trajectory. It is disappointing. And Mr. Collins needs to know one thing. Government is continuity. Whatsoever the last government ended, the next government continues. So if at this time we still want to look back and start throwing stones, it's a waste of time. The garbage issue, the terrible pothole in Liberia is now the responsibility of the government in charge. So you guys need to leave from that bubbles and try to solve the Liberian problem.
Thank you.
And furthermore, my brother just said that There's stability in the country. Let me let you know.
Hold on 1 minute before you land. Hold on 1 minute. Let me merge this color. There's tonight, like I said, I got Chinese phone. So go ahead, Dr. Malley. I got Chinese phone. Anybody you call yet? I got Chinese phone. I just announcing it to you. Go ahead, Malley. You got 2 seconds.
Will disappear on Wednesday. However, I want to read the team to say here that someone just said that the people in Nigeria seem to be happy. The people are now happy. Plus, people can build over a long period of time. Later on, they can try to do demonstration and other things.
Aaron Blabla, can you mute yourself a little bit? No, I say Aaron Blabla to mute himself so we can hear you, Dr. Malley. Go ahead.
Yeah. The issue of the right is nothing more, there's nothing to be defensive about. It's a security issue and it's a national issue.
Okay.
If the president can do everything to put it under control, I will urge you to do everything.
He's doing that. President Baka is putting it under control. Thank you very much.
No, you're not cutting me off. Lastly, the issue of presidential jet. Colin just said that when we were taking presidential jet, we were taking it at the expense of the taxpayer. I will need those facts of his personal money. I will also need our facts before I can take Mr. Collins on.
Thank you.
So the issue of presidential jet.
Let me respond to that.
Dr. Malley, you're going to give a speech on this yet? It looked like the PhD rubbing on you. You want to give us a speech? Thank you very much, Dr. Malley. Thank you.
Labor are being harassed.
No, we got other people waiting on the line.
Yes, other people waiting on the line. The analysts take preeminence ahead of everything.
Who says so?
And finally, let me just conclude.
Yeah, please.
Yes. The issue of leaked information. Mr. Baka just says that it's the duty of the press not to leak information. No, Mr. Baka, I disagree with you. It's the duty and the responsibility of a responsible government to classify its information and tell the journalists this information is classified.
But that's exactly what Mr. Baka said.
Oh, no, that's not what you say. I've been listening, man. Whenever you see information being leaked, then there is a group of syndicate in the team. Then the government is not trusting. There is a problem.
Okay. All right. Thank you, Doc.
Can I respond to you a little bit? Okay, go ahead. Let a person call.
Let me go ahead. Aaron Blabla, good evening. Thank you for joining us. What's on your mind?
Hey, Mr. Two, how you guys doing?
Good.
Good. Well, every time we go on this show, especially me, I'm being labeled as an angry person. So I don't know, because sometimes I've been speaking through my Bluetooth, so that's why my voice be loud like that. But anyways, let's go to the topic. I hope all you guys are okay. You know the sad thing and the most embarrassing thing you guys doing, especially you guys from the Unity Party, is to defend all the lies that are going around, all the mistakes that the government is making every day is to defend it. I listened to Terry talking about he's going to put the rural situation for him. When President we are saying a friend operating private jet, Terry was one of the people that were on air saying, President, we are spending the Brim money. Let him bring proof that the friend said in the private jet. But today, he cannot show no proof, anything or whatsoever, that President Waga getting the jet or the private jet for these people.
Yo, it's still on inside long time.
Or you want to criticize President we are. No, we were not still on inside. You know, Mr. Tor, you guys just embarrassing yourself every day. You, the Terry, the Mr. Baco, even school, Central Water School, with all the dishonesty he got on it, Central Water School not even defending President Walker anymore because there's nothing to defend. There's nothing there to defend.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
Every day, Kerry talking about that president, we are supposed to clean the city. Hey, President Walker been in office almost 120 days. Why you can't clean the city?
Thank you.
I didn't say that.
People hungry in Liberia. No, you start joking on the show, man, please.
Thank you. Thank you for recognizing our talent. Let me go on to 742. 7242. Go ahead.
Hey, Mr. To, how you doing?
No, not Copa. Hold on, Copa. Someone else before you. Go ahead.
Yeah, this is the stranger from Minnesota who you don't know.
Oh, Elvis, please. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Yeah, hello to you and hello to the panelists. Guys, I wanna say, maybe I'm getting older now, so I see things at a wider and a deeper perspective. But I'm embarrassed to be a Liberian today, and I've been coming to that realization little by little. As a sovereign country, we can't feed ourselves. It's an embarrassment as human beings. If we call ourselves fully fledged human beings, elementary level, economic problems that we are facing after 176 years. I mean, it's embarrassing to the core. Rice, we have arable lands. Arable lands we can grow rice on for hundreds of acres, thousands of acres, and we're not taking it. We have a man who is coming into office who is a renowned agriculturalist who made his name being, the great agriculturalist from Norfolk County, and we still are struggling with rice. So for me, I think it's an embarrassment to our entire country. But some of us in the diaspora always like to think we're more enlightened, we're smarter than the people in Liberia. But look, you can't separate yourself from the totality of the people. You lump us all together and you look at us as a whole. We have not improved as human beings. We have not improved ourselves in our country. So we should be embarrassed of ourselves as a whole. Some of us go to school here, we get a degree, working, but it doesn't change the fact that where we come from is still some kind of whole country. So for me, I want us to really look deeper. Forget about this part, forget even about George Weah. You as a people, you are a reflection of the leaders that you elect. So I don't want this nonsense of CDC or UP, because the reality is this is who we are as a people. This is our ceiling. The people, the very best amongst us that we elect as leaders, we see how they perform. So that tells you a lot about who we are. So President Boyka, the only slight I would give him is to say, to be fair to him, this budget is not completely his budget. If he can come up with innovative ways to raise his next budget next year and raise enough revenues and then prioritize the agriculture and other things that he really wants to prioritize, maybe we'll see more improvement on that in that sector. But right now, we're giving him a slight because this is fully not his budget. He kind of met things in motion when he came in. But honestly, we as Liberians should be ashamed of ourselves. We can't feed ourselves. We have to depend on other people that import rice into our country, and they are holding us by the neck, and the other part that below the stomach, they're holding us by it, and we can't do anything about it as men and women, as quote unquote strong men and women, African men and women. Foreigners are coming in and holding us by the scruff of our neck and telling us, give us more money, or else we will not feed. Imagine that as men, as human beings. I'm embarrassed. I really am. I'm not trying to be so doomsday, but we should all be embarrassed. I hope you guys can address it because I want to hear your take on it. Thank you.
Thank you. Cooper, go ahead. Go ahead, Cooper.
Yeah, good evening, Mr. To and the panel. How you doing?
You're very wonderful to hear your voice. Go ahead, my brother.
Yeah, Mr. To, we have more to defend than the opposition personally. The reason what I'm saying there, people that the ambassador brought on board, many of them are not really doing well for them. In a sense, look at the letter today that came from Ministry of Commerce. The public affairs is the one that inviting the right importer to meet with the president, and the letters will come from the Ministry of State. So there's a lot of people that they are carrying on, activity that is not right, not presenting well for the government. Besides, they're sitting because there's a leak again coming up. They're sitting. What is Joseph Boakai son doing with their CTN? These are the things that sports out to the government. When Choppy Taylor begin to play a major role in charge of the government, the whole green or charge of the government went for Choppy went on charge of. And Jojo Boakai is playing major role in their CTN and their matter. Why is he doing that to his father? So the major thing in the party is getting the people are not saying the truth. We support the government. But when something is going on wrong, and we not say the truth, we continue to cover it up. Again, the opposition will always go on the defense. If Jojo is known for what the father is always decided to help, you should advise him how. But you start interfering with the government. It's not fair. And all that they see that they are doing, the person who will beat you as a political sacrifice is Jeremiah Kun. Because anything that go on wrong today or tomorrow, they might be able to do the same thing that happened to Joseph Boakai doing Salita. When Sali government got over Joseph Boakai right against Jawia, they said, you know, party say. So if anything that go on wrong, Jeremiah Kun will be the sacrificial lamb for the failure. So we should say the truth. If the opposition party on the defense, anything go on wrong, don't tell the people this one, that's all right. But instead of us defending, doing this and we know for the why it's not right. I don't think we are doing well for the country. Thank you, Mr. Toh.
Thank you, Mr. Cooper. Thank you very much. All right, thank you guys for calling, all of you. Aaron Brooklyn, Dr. Marley, Evans, and Cooper. Thank you guys very much. I'll go to my guys here. But let me just say this here. Liberia is not facing donor fatigue. The donor gave, CDC was stealing. And the donor keep giving, CDC was stealing, eating the money. The people are tired. Water Cutter give us to a 1 minute closing.
That's a poor excuse right there. Poor excuse. With all of the knowledge you know, or all of the experiences, or all of the transparency and the integrity, everything you know, everything you kind of, and you made zero. They draw you here on the team, be zero. Your performance. You understand? Look, let me tell you something here. Liberians are not going to settle for the tapata you people talking. You people came on the mantra that you guys could rescue them, you guys could change the trajectory of the country, and you're in reverse. You're even not passed by President. We are where he stopped. What you're saying, you put a country, you're not passed by him. You're going way behind. Before even
Is it snowing in Connecticut?
Well, if it's snowing in Connecticut, it's snowing on. I can see that right now. It's not easy where you posted now. You, Mr. Bacon and Terry, your seat too hot for you because nothing you're talking now going that well with the Liberian people. You can defend nothing. It's embarrassing. It's embarrassing. President tried and traveling to Guinea-Bissau. This president.
But wait now, let me ask you this. Why are you feeling embarrassed for us? Leave us, let us feel embarrassed for ourselves. Go ahead, don't talk about.
No. Like the caller said, my brother Evan said he embarrassed as a Liberian because for Joseph Boakai to go on the trip, his press secretary said he want an ECOWAS trip. The ECOWAS representative from Liberia, Edwin Snow.
The man was running campaign. He want to be president 20. That the man can't listen to.
Went on national radio and said ECOWAS never had any function in Guinea-Bissau. Then they lied and said Guinea-Bissau sent private jet. Guinea-Bissau does not even have helicopter before they will send private jet. Why you people going on a budget?
Thank you.
Kind of story?
Thank you.
Hey man, you're making us shimo. Mr.
Thank you.
My last comment to you. You being a professional person.
I'm not. I'm from Total, not professional.
Yes, professional man from Total. I want you to cut your tie from these people that you
look at
defending. Cut your tie. It's early. It's
you
early.
Want me to
Did you from CDC?
Want me to cut tie from my father?
Did you from CDC?
You say you know the man.
But yeah,
Did
it
you
doesn't
cross
matter.
time with President Weah?
I just gotta know that Mr. Baco
Did you cross time with President Weah?
I just gotta know that Mr. Baco was supporting President Weah. Maybe he did.
Okay.
President Weah didn't show
Thank you.
good
Thank
face
you.
and
Go
he
back
switched
to your
himself back out.
snowing town of Connecticut. I don't know what you're going to leave all the way from Liberia. You can't stay in Connecticut because you are rich. Connecticut are rich people town.
I
That's why
rich.
you stay there for.
I rich, but I wanna lie.
Yeah, you're rich. So please stay
But
out
I
our
will-
poor people business.
Mr. Tour,
Let me go
that
to-
New England State brother, let him have it. Let him have his
Yeah.
thing.
Let me go to the other
That New England State brother, let him
Mr.
talk.
So, what's your closing?
What I mean?
No. Well, you will be the last, Jerry. You will be the last. Mr. So, what's your closing?
How many times did I speak here tonight?
Mr.
Keto, you remember?
We're closing the show.
I think I second time say speaking now.
Mr. So, what is your closing?
You know me, I don't let things go. But honestly, this is so sad. It's unbelievable. And it's a clear indication that the danger that hangs over this country, over our country, Liberia. It reminds me of the former ambassador, U.S. ambassador in Liberia, that the people in the diaspora are more or less chief facilitators of disasters and chaos in the country. That's exactly what this Samson told and his collaborators, liberal wing of this network, they are trying to do. We will not give you a chance. You will not liberalize this network. We will not allow you guys to get away. The fact of the matter here, you continue to be dishonest and give unfounded justifications of somebody that you support. And you do not have the guts, that courage to make good suggestions to put his administration in check. But rather, you have become a facilitator of all of the bad behaviors that we all spoke against. And you have one of the gladiators of CDC government coming to power. What are you doing? Why are you disrupting me? You see? You see, you exposing yourself by the fruit we shall know them. Cherry back on, you see, when the man holds his cheek like that, it's a clear indications of guilt. Why do I have to put myself into something?
He's a very intellectual. He's listening to you.
I'm making my closing remark.
How much intellectual things that can be responded.
Let me speak, please.
This is
This is the first liberal. This is the first liberal that I've seen that sanction voices when all sides should be heard. He saw what he did to Mali Jones. Saw what he did to Keto because he wants people to. When people call to speak their mind, then that's why he talks about Channing phone because he's want to be divisive. He does not have good mind for the country, and that's exactly what he's doing.
Thank you.
It was bad yesterday.
Thank you.
I'm telling you, hold on. With respect to this, I said that the other day. This is what, when you are independent, you become firm in your decision making because you're not obligated to people. We are not a resistance. We are not against the government. The actions of the president, we are with a private jet, this and that, CDC, they were unable to articulate. I do not want my president sitting there in Brussels for 7 hours, 8 hours. Liberia is a rich country. Ghana, Ivory Coast, they have that. It is time for our president to have a jet, but they were unable to defend these positions, and that's why it went the way it go. But I can tell you, there are some good things this administration is doing, but until 3 of you guys use something to, I said there are some good things. I always say it. There are some good things they are doing. They managing getting information talking about declassifying. Oh, right now, Spoon should do this, that. Now you want for information to be contained. When information in the inner cycle, when they declassify it, remember you're going to get in the hands of the media. And that's what is exactly happening. But Samson told
Mr. So,
Terry
your time is way spent.
Terry
Please
Collins.
wrap it up.
I should do what?
Please wrap it up so the people, the good analysts can talk.
Wow. I can't believe. I can't believe.
Are you done?
This is what I'm going to do. You, Samson told, you, Jerry Bacon, I have a package for you guys.
What is
I
it?
have a package for you guys. And that package will be unleashed. It will be declassified on this network as what? In real time. Do not call me
Keto,
after
clap
the
you.
program and
Keto,
because if we don't manage to continue, people are going to be dangerous for our country. Thank you very much for allowing me to just speak 2-3 times in 2 hours. But remember, the same road I hand monkey, it can hand bamboo. I will see you Wednesday.
Thank you, Mr. So. Terry, please.
Welcome, Keto. If that's marriage Jones.
You're so credible that I think your story from Liberia will ease some of us our anxiety and all the concern we have, and perhaps you will help to educate those so-called citizens that got nothing to offer. Those are the same people that put us in a hole, and President Baka is trying to take us in a hole. Terry, you always been truthful. Give it to us here. What would be your closing? You have 5 minutes, please.
wow. Thank you, Liberal, and the panel. To our Dr. Male, I want to officially say congratulations on your new doctorate degree. I hope you don't use it against us on the platform.
But
however,
why you think Mr. So whatever? They went there to play stuff. You see? I don't even have to say anything. There we go.
I tell you, but it's a good news for FPR. We are grateful. At least we know shit. However, you know, one of the things my brother Keto, they say we shouldn't blame President Weah for what's going on. President Baka took over 4 months ago. My initial projection for peace between 1 year to 2 years projection. And that is looking at. To be honest, I'm looking at 1 year. President Baka have not even accomplished 4 months yet. He's going to his 5 months, 4 months going. There are so many things that President Weah could have done to ease the tension for President Baka, but unfortunately, he did not do that. As compared to Madam Sirleaf turning over to President Weah is different from President Weah turning over to President Baka. So within the period of 4 months, Keto, like your man Elvis rightly said, that he don't blame President Baka leadership right now because the budget that President Baka is even trying to run on, because you're in the house, you stole the budget. You remember that? You stopped the old man from working by stalling the budget. All right, your opposition. So as a result, the job could not even be done the way it's supposed to. But if you look at the city, right, the debt of the city, you squarely lay on President Weah government. You look at the rules, the bar rules in the city, you squarely lay on President Weah government. President Baka in 4 months could not recover those damages. You understand? It's not possible. What the money you're going to use to do that? You understand? How are you going to do it? It's not possible, Keto. So when you guys saying that, you don't blame now President Baka had taken over. So it is his full responsibility now to do it. Yes, we agree. But that will take time. It's not going to happen overnight. You need dump stock that will be put in every junction area. You need sanitation trucks. You need all those things. You need equipments to get a place clean and restriction put into place for people to follow, you know, and that cannot be done within 4 months. So when we say we came to rescue, those are the reasons why we say we came to rescue, because of the dilapidation of our city, of our country. If you look at the condition, so I was very disappointed, and you know, when I went to Liberia, I was very, very disappointed. One of the things that also catch my attention, Mr. Libra, is that there was some gas in the total gas station. Under Madam Shirley, those gas stations were all nicely done and all of that. One of the things I noticed that they are also lacking is maintenance. Most of the places are dilapidated. Total gas station, you go to Caldwell Junction. You know, I wanted to do something, but I don't know if, because I didn't inform the network, I wanted to do a little, you know, journalistic work, even though I don't know how to, but I wanted to take some pictures, do some videos of major errors. So when I'm talking, I don't just talk, but I still got people that doing it for me that can do it and send it to me. But because I want to do a full preliminary, you know, report on the city structure of how the city look like in major areas that are very significant to the movement of traffic and to the movement of the people day-to-day activities. I wanted to do an overall report, all right, involving video and all of that. So, in the road networks, so that you can see just in Monrovia alone, you can see what our people are going through on a daily basis. Are you understanding me? Mr. Mali also stressed something very important about the butter and bread issues. And I was one of those who already told him, say, oh, the butter and bread issue. But when I went there, to be honest with you, I saw what Dr. Mali talked about. All right. I saw something that really made me feel bad, especially when the car was stuck in the traffic for all those hours. There was rain poured down, the pour down of rain. People were in the can, they got wet. 4 persons, 2 persons sitting down on 1 person's lap just to get home. And they got wet, some of them full spoil. And that I discovered is a normal lifestyle for our people. And if we don't tell this government, it's not going to be good. Another thing, lastly, insurance company. I listened to Spoon Talk the last time. They were talking about how the insurance company, Gregor Coleman, you were talking about how the insurance company, some people, you know, they gave $95 for insurance for bike and all of that. If I was running insurance in Liberia, the lowest for motorbike would be $300 per year, because the condition of the roads alone tells you that it's not possible for an insurance company to survive here. People are complaining that, oh, when a motorbike spoil or they have accident, a car spoil, the insurance company can run away. So I said, well, you giving the insurance company $95. How is the insurance company going to repair, and every day somebody going to have accident? Accident is normal in Liberia because the roads are not good. So there are so many things that you can discuss about here concerning Liberia that is just overwhelming, that I think President Barker have a lot on his plate to deal with, you know, in coming years. Thank you for the show. Appreciate it.
Thank you, Terry. And they think they don't understand because they have no clue. The CDC and these people have no clue of how to govern anything. And that's why when they got power, they don't know what to do. President Barker, on the other hand, because of his experience, years of experience, he's looking at it and approaching this situation from a perspective of a more experienced person. He's not rushing to it. He's not waiting until Sunday to come and speak to the people. He's not going over and building marshal all over the place. But because these people came in with no intent to govern, but to steal and take our money and put us in a hole. Jerry, closer us, please.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. You know, it is important that the Mali, congratulations as the individual who, I mean, he come with a knowledge, with an experience on this show. You know, for him to come here this evening, talk about what guy, look, he's an educator. is a professional individual.
The degree still in San Diego. It's following him. Next
But
week, by Wednesday, the
yeah.
degree will be in your house. When that one, he will speak like a
But
PhD.
yeah,
But
it's
right
a
now,
point.
you're not there yet.
It's a point I'm trying to raise. These are educators. When a student come to you in your school, or even if you go to the hospital, they do your evaluation. They want to know your background, where you came from, how you got this disease, where you come from. He knows that. For you to come on the network and say, oh, the government is a continuation of government, of course. But you got to look at the past to know the present. Right. You have to know the past to know the present. Yeah. As an educator, when a student come from a different school, they ask you a question. We want to see your transcript. What did transcript do? They didn't represent you. They will just put you in a class, or they say you come from the university. Do they just carry you? No. So these are the things. Why Georgia? This is the team Boyka inherit. That's what it is. So I'm happy that you say government is a continuation. Yes, I will see you here. Now he get a doctorate. In fact, he feel with Dr. Mali, so other than get a PhD yesterday. Other than got a PhD yesterday.
Yeah,
because
yeah.
I put my hair on my chain.
You treading on a dangerous ground, Mr. Bago.
Yeah. That why you can't wear that Fuda.
You treading on a dangerous ground.
You can't wear that Fuda hat. That the Fuda hat you want to show on LPR.
No, I say you are treading on a dangerous ground. You are dealing with the Israeli.
Yeah. Go ahead, Jerry.
Yes,
Go ahead, speak.
Yes, man. Now he became a psychologist to diagnose me on national TV because I put my hand on my chin. You see? So because you're not hand with Dr. Miller, and who's Dr. Miller? Dr. Miller. So now I've been diagnosed. I know what can I do. Sir, what I'm being classified as what now? So look. So you see, here's the thing. Yeah, Dr. Miller said it's a continuation of the government. I agree, sir. But we inherit. We don't even want to go back there again.
Oh, Jesus.
We inherit a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. CDC left us.
And Mr. Bucket want to clean it up.
Yes. Yeah.
Mr. Bucket want to clean it up.
I agree.
Yes, see, Mr. Snow. Senator Snow. On the other network today, I will listen to
you.
You
need to distance yourself from these guys. You need to distance yourself from these guys.
Yeah?
Mr. So,
I listen to him.
Don't have your floor, please. Bye, Jared.
I listen to him. That he a member of the ECOWAS representative. And I listened to him. I said, Mr. Snow, you should be ashamed of yourself. We'll talk about the red issue. What have you done? You are House of Representative, Speaker, Senator. Tell me, what have you done? You are the same senator. You say you're making less money, so they need to increase your salary.
Yeah.
Oh, so the other people we're talking about the rest. You know how much it costs them for corporate rights? You didn't even know how corporate rights cost in Liberia. They asked you today. You the same man today criticizing Mr. Boakai because he didn't rush shoulder to shoulder when you were vice president. You, as a member of the parliament or parliamentarian or whatever position you're holding in the ECOWAS, from country to country, from country to country, within a West African country, I think he listed about 5 countries that he will be traveling to within a week before he can go to Liberia. What have you done to bring rest, to reduce the price of rice in the country? To relieve the man who making $100 a month. When they take taxes from their probably he brings $75.
Is he still on a question of mine?
I'm coming. I'm done. I'm coming.
So,
for you to come here and tell Mr. Boakai that he's not being honest with you people. I mean, I'm disappointed. So please, look.
Thank you.
I just wanted to close by this. Mr. Burkhardt will be successful within this period of 6 years. You will see there will be a Liberia be transformed. We must start on the scope page. We must start on the scope.
You see what he just did? He pressed some kind of button now. Now we're hearing echo again.
Thank you. But
thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. Okay. Thank you, guys. Mr. So, good night. Jerry.
Okay.
Thank you for coming in tonight.
Good night. Tom and Jerry.
Yeah, well, whatever. Jerry, thank you very much. We appreciate all of you. Mr. So, thank you, and good night to you as well.
Thanks.
Okay. All right, Jerry, thank you. Again, folks, Samson to Labro Pub Radio. We'll be having some conversation here this afternoon. Beautiful conversation. Once again, let me bring in, there we go. So, Dr. Malley, congratulations, Chief. We really appreciate it. Mr. So, thanks for going over there. We appreciate you as well, and for showing the support through you. All LPR members are able to show their support for Dr. Malley, whom we're all proud of. Thank you guys very much for being there. Dr. Malley, please, whatever you can do to help educate Liberians here on this platform, please do so. You're welcome with your PhD, and please help us educate us, since you are an educator. Mr. So, again, I want to thank you very much for going all the way, leaving your place to go. This is not only a friend, but as a CEO, this is your job. This is your job. That's why you get paid for, to go and represent LPR when LPR family member is achieving such a wonderful, wonderful achievement. The only thing I see so sauce, tobacco. I don't know whether you're close to Mexico border. God said, look at that red building behind you there. There's something on Mexico, like American border. But anyway, what kind of glass on Mr. Soul side there? Is that Tobasi? Is that I don't call it, what's that drink they got over there? Oh, Takida. Is that Takida over there? Oh my goodness. But anyhow, I want to thank you guys, folks. This is LPR CEO representing us at the graduation, and I want to thank all of you. So let me show you. LPR is again, once again, we were here. We're still here. This is the LPR as well. So let's go ahead. So I want to thank all of you again tonight. It's been a wonderful, wonderful program. We'll be back again tomorrow. What is happening in Liberia? Let me just take 1 or 2 minutes of your time. What is happening in Liberia? Let us don't split it for and against. If something is not right in the country, we have to say it. If something is good, we have to say it. You cannot be CDC and Unity Party member on this thing here. What is affecting us, the right price over there, it's not going to affect the rice price when it go up. It doesn't have a name on CDC. It doesn't have a name on Unity Party. Liberians. And guess what? Liberian diaspora? We're going to suffer, because you can't sit here and let your relatives not have rice at home. So we're going to have to start sending money home. Our remittance is now going to be increased. So it's affecting us in a way. And I hope the government, President Waka and his people will understand that. And if you truly believe that Liberia in a diaspora is the next 17 or 16 county in Liberia, then I hope they will try to listen to us as well. It's been a wonderful, wonderful evening. Samson to Labro Pabrito. I'll say good night to all of you. And we'll do this here just to celebrate the new PhD among Liberian and Liberian diaspora here on this platform. Dr. Malley, congratulations.
Si o get me by to it. How do I not see my menu? There goes some gonna walk a red. Nepi your hand your blood. How do I not see a cartoon? Sabu Bushmu, Sazo Mega, ye blanco Wabi, so Kawaka Kama, Makuno, Mokoziva. Bagum, what Lana, you got to get it away. Okay, the Sugu to a boy and see how my man would okay, the Sugu. No matter where you were so this is away. Okay, the Sugu to a boy and see how okay, the Sugu tomorrow. You know where you